Page 30, estimation with decimals. So I've talked about it a little bit before, but being able to estimate your answer is really useful. Not only will it help you decide if your answer is reasonable in this class, but it can also be helpful in everyday life. If you're shopping, you can figure out about how much money you've spent, about what the tip for the restaurant bill would be, about how much an item will be on sale. So by rounding and doing a quick calculation, we can know that we're pretty close to the exact answer. So this happened recently in a situation where I was paying for something and I realized that because of the 3 things that we had gotten, there was no way that their price was accurate. So in this case, actually, I suppose math hurt me because I told them honestly and had to pay more, but it could save you money too. Okay, so we do not have an exact science for choosing how to estimate, how to round. We just kind of assess the situation, figure out how important it is, how exact we need to be, and think about what makes the most sense. So if we have checks for $64.20, $47.89, $95.80, and we want to estimate the total of all 3, well, we do not want to just add these numbers and then round the answer. There's no point in doing that. We're doing all the work and then we're losing precision. We want to round early. So we can round to the nearest $10, the nearest $1, the nearest tenths place, or the nearest dime. We've got some options. So think about how you would do it. Go ahead and estimate using your method. And then we'll all round the same way, find a common answer, and compare. And your answer might be the same as what they found. Number 2, we have $55 and we're buying some CDs. We want to know how many CDs Sherry can buy. Really, we want to know why Sherry is buying CDs, because when I'm recording this, it's 2020. But we'll just go with it. So think about where she wants to round, how she wants to round, and we have to be really careful, because if we're not careful, we're going to get the wrong answer. So think about that. Keep that in mind. And I'll go ahead and give you a hint. She can't buy 5. Think about why not. Okay. Page 31. We are paying at a restaurant, trying to figure out how much tip to leave if we're following the rule of double the amount of tax. Don't do that in Montana because there is no tax in Montana. And then you'd be leaving nothing. People get mad at you for that. Okay. So following the rule to double the amount of tax, well, here's the tax. We just want to double it. We don't want the exact answer and then round. We want to make this easy on ourselves. I could call that $3.70. I could say that's 3 3/4, right? I could say that's about $4. All of those would be reasonable ways to round, and then we just double that. Similarly, if we want to give 20% or 1/5 of the bill, remember the bill is this includes the tax. So this is the final amount for the bill. We're not going to give exactly 20% of that. We're going to just give approximately 20%. Think about how you want to do that. And number 4, we're buying some ceramic tiles. We're assuming that Evelyn is the best person at tiling ever, and so she's gotten it to the exact amount she needs and she's not going to mess any of them up. We have 287 tiles. They're 21 cents each. Which of these is the kind of the best answer, which is the most accurate? And think about, how did she estimate? Did she round this to the nearest 10, the nearest 100? Did she round up? Did she round down? Sometimes we specifically want to round in a certain direction. For example, even though 21 cents would round to 20 cents, That's a little dangerous because if it's 21 cents and we think it's 20 cents, we're underestimating what we're going to pay. So maybe we want to round up to 25 cents. But what did she do here? And finally, we have $25,000. We're trying to cover the new soccer field. We've got a field that's 102 meters long, 64.8 meters wide, and the sod is about $4 a square meter. We're trying to figure out if we have enough money for this. We're estimating, so we're rounding these numbers in an appropriate way, and we're going to figure out, is $25,000 enough? And we have to be very careful with this because it's kind of borderline. So we need an estimate that is going to be on the safe side. Let's go ahead and do that one together. So 102 meters long, if I rounded this down to 100, and I rounded this down to, say, 60. If I start out like that, I have 6,000 square meters. If I round that down, so I'm rounding everything down, round that down to 4, I get $24,000. And I'm like, sure, you got $1,000 to spare. Got to be careful. Let's say 102 meters long, and we don't want to round this down by quite so much. So if I round this down, let's bump this up. Maybe I want to call it 65 meters or even 70 meters. Let's go with 65. Let's see where that takes us. So we can call this 100 meters. 100 meters times 65 meters. That's going to get us a pretty accurate answer for the area of the field, right? Length times width. We get 6,500 square meters, which we can write SQ and M, or just meters squared. Now sod costs $4.04 a square meter. I rounded this up by a little bit. So let's try just multiplying by 4. Let's see what we get. Times $4 per meter squared. 6,500 times 4, that's $26,000. A little bit too much. So we rounded just a little, just a little, just a little. We remember to round up at least once. The exact answer is probably pretty close to 26,000. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. But 25,000 is not enough. And once you're done with page 31, you can work on worksheets 87 and 88.